G'day, that's Slot Car Guy here, and welcome back to another slot car review. And today I've got an NSR with the Formula 86 to 89 in the Canon livery, car number 5, driven by no other than the legend himself, Nigel Mansell. And a huge thank you to the team at NSR and Andrew Lehman, who physically got this car to me for review for you guys today. And a quick little shout out to Slot Shops, who got this incredible NSR map made for me. But before we get into our normal unboxing, teardown and hot lap, I thought let's have a visual experience. Let's listen to this car, let's see this car on track before we take a look at the slot car itself. So what you're about to see and hear is Nigel Mansell's Williams Canon livery F1 car. Take a listen to this. What an incredible car. And of course, NSR have now made a range of generic shape F1 cars, but they're trying to relive the historic 80s liveries. And with the Williams Canon NSR car I have today, I think they've done a great job. But let's take a listen to this beast heading up the hill at Goodwood. Now, if this doesn't get you prepared for the teardown, the unboxing and the hot lap of my version of NSR's Canon's F1 car, I don't know what will. So let's get stuck into it. Full unboxing, full teardown, and let's take this beast for a hot lap around my track. So let's take a close look at the package of the NSR Formula 86 to 89 Canon liveried Formula 1 car. And I really do like how NSR show off their vehicles. And in the top left hand corner, we do have the motor configuration. This is an inline motor, and the bottom right hand corner, of course, it says NSR 100% made in Italy. Really good looking box, and I do like how the crystal case tapers off on the edges. Now let's take a look at the back. And of course, around the back, we've got the NSR logo, the website, the social media tags, and of course, bottom right hand corner, we've got the vehicle information and product number. So now let's take a close look at the livery, and then we'll do a full teardown of this beautiful NSR Formula 86 to 89. So let's take a walk down the side of this car and take a look at some of the livery keys. And of course, this is car number 5, driven by Nigel Mansell. But let's start with the Goodyear Eagle tyres, which look incredible. We'll work our way down to the driver. And of course, wearing a white helmet and jumpsuit. And let's take a quick sneaky peek inside the cockpit, and he's hanging on to a black steering wheel. Work our way past the Mobil 1 signage down to the massive air intake with the Canon signage on the side, which is looking very good. And I do like those black air intakes on top. Moving our way down to the Eagle rear tyres, which I think look incredible, with a nice deep dish rim, and of course, where the business happens at the end, the rear spoiler, which has got Canon all over it. So let's take a close look at the front and then the rear of the car, and then we'll do a full teardown of this beautiful looking slot car. So let's take a close look at the front of this beautiful F1 car. And of course, we've got the front aero, we've got the Canon car number 5, some Goodyear. Work our way up the nose with the Mobil and the Honda signage. And of course, there is the driver hanging on for dear life. But I do like on this side, we've got those nice little black air intakes. But let's take a closer look at some suspension work, because we do have the black suspension arms going across the axles and some aero deflectors just behind the front left and right wheel, looking very good. So let's go have a look at the back, and then we'll do a full teardown of this beautiful slot car. So let's have a look at the back of this beautiful beast. We've got the rear spoiler, but take a look at how good all this looks. I do love how NSR used the red, but the actual rear spoiler itself sits really good, and the profile of this car looks incredible. And let's get a bird's eye shot of this rear spoiler. Take a look at that. Very nice. So the time has come. Let's tear it down, and then we're going to go for some hot laps. So I've completed the teardown. It took 2 screws only, very simple to do, but let's focus our attention on the NSR's Formula's chassis, and we'll start with the guide and the wire management, which runs beautifully underneath that front axle, which marries up to this inline motor. But before we talk about the inline motor, there is a bit of plastic right in front of that motor which holds a magnet underneath. Now let's talk about the motor. We are talking about a King 21 Evo 3 21.4 thousand RPM running at 12 volt, which is married beautifully to a 10 tooth pinion and a 27 tooth gear on that beautiful rear axle. And of course, we have an inline configuration. So there is your chassis. Here is your beautiful shell. The time has come to put this beast around my track. So let's hit it 5 laps and let's see what time we can do with this beautiful looking Formula 1 car.
1, 10.30 seconds. Lap 2, 10.36 seconds. Lap 3, 10.59 seconds. Final lap motion 1. Lap 4, 10.59 seconds.
So the verdict is in. How did NSR's 86 to 89 Formula 1 car in the Canon livery perform around my track? Well, a quick disclaimer, I did have to give the tyres a quick little sanding, nothing too serious, just to give it that extra bit of grip because it's been quite cold in my shed and it was very, very slippery on my track. So what was the time I got? Well, I did a 10.30, which I think is pretty good. After about 3 or 4 laps, this car was starting to get a bit tail happy. So it was a handful to drive, but I did really enjoy it. Now, if the track was a bit warmer, if my shed was a bit warmer, I reckon those times would come down a lot more. But I do highly recommend the NSR brand. And of course, they have sent this for an honest review, and I do reach out to these companies that I believe make quality stuff. And of course, if you haven't got an NSR, grab one. They are really, really good. And if you haven't got a Formula 1 car, definitely give them a try and hit my comments and let me know what you think. But as always, at That Slot Car Guy on Instagram and YouTube. Do we like the new format? I'm going to try a couple of new things, some more visual experiences for you guys. Less me, more car. But I would love your feedback in the comment. But as always, be safe, support your local, take care, ciao.